So one of the problems we have in the arch cabin is we run off a mini split, and the mini split is central to the living area, kitchen area, and it doesn't allow a lot of air to get back to the room. So one of the ways that we've come up to fix this is getting a through-wall exhaust fan. So this will just slide into the wall, and we can plug this into the wall. Got a plug on it. So what we're going to do is install this above one of the bedroom doors and let it blow through. It's got an actual display that will allow it to kick on when it's hot, when it's cold. But we're going to use this mainly for heat, or mainly when it's hot outside, so that we can cool the room down. Like I said, this has a thermostat on it, so it'll kick on automatically. Alright, so we need to figure out where we're going to put it. Checking for studs. Got one right there. Alright, so we're just using the back side of the vent as a template, so I can cut out that hole. I am going to be using a drywall saw, a hand saw, to cut through this. Cutting a hole in the wall. Yep.
Whoa! That's crazy.
We've got insulation there, so I need to cut that out. I was able to get the ring off. We're just going to slide that back in there. Make some marks so we know where to cut. Alright, then we're going to cut from the inside. Alright, now we got the position marked. I can go and mark the other side. To get the ring off, I just pushed on this. Then I pushed on the other side of this metal to kind of push it off. And once you get one side, they come off pretty easy. So now we need to get back on. Yeah, there it is. So it's got these grooves. You line up those grooves top and bottom. Like that. Make sure you just kind of snap it back on. Okay. That like that. Now, I need to put in some drywall anchors. So the fan does come with some, so we're just going to use these. This 15/64. You're on the floor. I'll get later. Time to clean up and plug it in. Alright, so it comes with this little plastic zip tie holder, so you can actually put this on the cord and put it wherever you want. So I'm going to put this in the corner so we keep the cord from hanging in front of the door. Ready? So that should keep it from hanging in front of the door. Now I just need an extension cord to get it to the plug. Alright, there it is running. It's on setting 6, it goes up to 10, it goes down to 1. Actually it goes down to 0, but that's off. But yeah, I have to get a cord set up for it. But for temporary, that's could be how it runs. We'll get another cord for it. That's not a very ideal situation right there. You can hardwire this in. Take that cord off and hardwire it in. There is instructions on the instructions. I just don't have a box to run it into. This will work for now. Like I said, I'm gonna get that cord situation done differently. So that's coming into the room. So I got air coming in. Much better than it was. Today we are working on the front porch. So I'm getting everything laid out, getting ready to start excavating for the foundations. We're just putting some small foundations in to help keep the uplift down. So we're going to be installing foundations today and then a slab over top later, and then we'll do the overhang or the awning at a later date. So I've got the foundation laid out. I've got some stakes set up for I can get reference back to where I need to. I'm going to have some anchor bolts going in on some of these foundations. So that's some of what the setup is. But now it's time to start digging. I'm just checking to see if it's below frost depth here. I pulled the string over so I could figure out where the center of the column should be, and I'm lining up the center of the column with that string. So I'm using the laser level here to get approximately the bottom depth of my slab. Once I have that measurement, I'm going to cut the sonotube to that height. That way I can just level off the concrete. So with this concrete mixer, I can mix in 2 bags of concrete. And I want to get enough water in there so that the concrete is workable and not too dry. And I definitely don't want it soupy. It's out. The shovel. Want it 3 inches off that line. Basically touching that line. And then I want the threads to start around 3.5 inches up. Oh yeah, way too high. Here more. And that's where I'm going to put my post and bolt my post down. Move this just a hair more out of the way. Oh, that's falling now. So we had a load of base rock delivered so that I could level off the front porch slab area once I got the foundations in. Once I got enough rock in the slab area, that means I had the rest to use for other parts around the house. We put some in front of the connex in for the dog kennel. And then the last bit here is for the road. We had some dips that were collecting ponds, and we wanted to get rid of those ponds, so we got a little bit extra rock so we could fill in those areas. So what I'm doing with the tractor is dumping out the rock and then coming back over top of the mound of rock that I dumped and scraping it with the bucket. The more angle you give your bucket to the ground, the more it'll cut down into that rock. Now if you want to smooth it and compact it, the flatter you have the bucket, the harder the pack is on the base rock. But if you need to cut it down, give your bucket a little more angle and it'll help cut it down.